The State of War 2022 has begun. The Election Commission has announced days for elections in 5 states of Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Goa, Uttarakhand and Manipur. UP will face elections in 7 phases. Manipur will go to polls in 2 phases. Watch this report.
It's 2022's biggest test for political parties. Elections in 5 states, with Uttar Pradesh being the prized trophy. The Election Commission on Saturday announced the schedule of state elections 2022 in Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Goa, Uttarakhand and Manipur. The month-long poll battle will be conducted in 7 phases, beginning February 10th and ending on March 7th.
All elections of 5 states will be conducted in 7 phases. So on 7th March, all polling will be over and the date of counting is 10th March 2022, that is Thursday.
India's most populous state, Uttar Pradesh, will see elections spread across 7 phases. While the northeastern state of Manipur will vote in 2 phases on February 27th and March 3rd, ballots will be cast in Punjab, Goa and Uttarakhand in a single phase on February 14th. The results will be out on March 10th. So the battle lines have been drawn for political parties. And the big one is the fight for 403 seats in UP.
10 मार्च 2022 को जब उत्तर प्रदेश विधानसभा चुनाव के परिणाम आएंगे तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी प्रचंड बहुमत के साथ जनता जनार्दन का आशीर्वाद प्राप्त करने में सफल होगी। इसमें कोई संदेह नहीं होना चाहिए।
डबल इंजन की सरकार जो दावा कर रही थी कि उत्तर प्रदेश का विकास किया है, उत्तर प्रदेश को अगर देखेंगे पीछे कर दिया और विकास ठप रहा। उत्तर प्रदेश की जनता इनको इस बार हटाने का काम करेगी। 10 मार्च में उत्तर प्रदेश से भारतीय जनता पार्टी का सफाया होगा।
जनता के बुनियादी सवालों पर, किसान, नौजवान, गांव, गरीब, खेत खलिहान के मुद्दों पर, सड़कों पर संघर्ष कर रही है। लाठी खा रही है, कार्यकर्ता जेल गया है। उत्तर प्रदेश की आवाज बनी है कांग्रेस पार्टी। आदरणीय प्रियंका गांधी जी ने संघर्ष किया है। मैं समझता हूं कि उत्तर प्रदेश में बदलाव होगा और कांग्रेस सरकार बनेगी।
India is set to witness a one-of-its-kind poll battle in 5 states with only virtual rallies. This means going back to the drawing table to rethink on campaign strategy. Bureau Report, India Today.
India Today spoke exclusively to Uttarakhand Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami after the Election Commission announced the poll dates. Listen in.
हरीश रावत प्रधानमंत्री पर हमला कर रहे हैं, आप पर कह रहे हैं कि 3 मुख्यमंत्री आपको बदलने पड़े हैं यहाँ पर बीजेपी को।
देखिए, विपक्ष केवल मैं कहूँ तो मुद्दा विहीन है। उनके पास कोई मुद्दा नहीं है और रावत जी जिस प्रकार के बयान उनके आ रहे हैं, आज उन्होंने, मैं देख रहा था कि वो कह रहे थे कि सोनिया गांधी तय करेंगी या बाबा केदार तय करेंगे। अब वो सोनिया गांधी की तुलना हमारे देवादिदेव बाबा केदार से करने लगे हैं तो उनका मानसिक स्तर या मानसिक संतुलन कहाँ जा रहा होगा, आप स्वयं इसी बात से अंदाजा लगा सकते हैं।
चुनौती किससे रहेगी आपकी यहाँ पर पार्टी के तौर पर देखें, मुख्यमंत्री के तौर पर?
नहीं, कोई चुनौती नहीं है और इस बार हमने नारा दिया है, हमारी पार्टी ने नारा दिया है, अब की बार 60 पार, और हम पहले से ज़्यादा बहुमत से आने वाले हैं और लक्ष्मी के वाहन कमल को चुनेगी, न कि काले हाथ को चुनेगी इस बार भाजपा, इस बार यहाँ की जनता।
The Election Commission has cracked down on poll campaigns due to Omicron threat. All physical rallies have been banned till the 15th of January in poll-banned states of Uttar Pradesh, Goa, Punjab, Uttarakhand and Manipur. Here's a report.
The 2022 polls are going to be very different from the ones held last year amid the COVID spread.
Foremost is the COVID-safe election.
On Saturday, the Election Commission sprang a surprise by banning any other kind of public gathering during the most crucial phase of campaign. No political rallies or road shows will be allowed till 15th of January. Also, no Nukkad Sabhas and cycle yatras. Door-to-door campaigning can happen with not more than 5 people.
Commission has decided that no road show, padyatra, cycle, bike vehicle rally and procession shall be allowed till 15th January 2022. So up to 15th of January, because the situation is dynamic, it is not static. No road show, no padyatra, no cycle, bike or vehicle rally and any procession. Door-to-door campaign, a maximum of 5 persons including candidates, excluding security personnel if any, shall be allowed to do door-to-door campaign.
The EC has also set very strict COVID rules for polling. Only 1,250 people will be allowed at one booth. All polling officers will be treated as frontline workers and will be given a booster dose. COVID positive patients and the aged will vote through postal ballots. Even candidates have been given the option of filing their nominations online.
We work with 3 broad objectives this time. And foremost is the COVID-safe election. Second is hassle-free, comfortable voting experience to the voters. And third, the maximum voter participation.
Not everyone is happy at being forced to hold virtual rallies. Akhilesh Yadav, for one, has called it unfair.
अगर वर्चुअल रैली के लिए हम जाएंगे तो उन पार्टियों के लिए कहीं ना कहीं इलेक्शन कमीशन को सोचना चाहिए, जिन पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज के पास, जिन पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज के वर्कर्स के पास अगर कोई इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर नहीं है, वर्चुअल रैली के लिए तमाम चीजें नहीं है, तो आखिरकार वो कैसे करेंगे?
A lot of advanced planning.
For the Election Commission, it was a tough balancing act. On the one hand, none of the political parties wanted the polls postponed. On the other hand, there was a raging pandemic to deal with.
3 broad objectives.
In the end, the EC took the safest route out. Bureau Report, India Today.
With physical rallies on hold till January 15, the political parties are ready with their digital campaign plan. Rahul Srivastav brings us this report.
From UP to Punjab to Uttarakhand, crowded rallies are the very face of this endless dance of democracy. But with the Election Commission's crackdown on physical rallies, at least till January 15, political parties are gearing up to make their campaign machinery go virtual in the 5 poll-bound states.
The Commission has decided that no roadshow, padyatra, cycle, bike vehicle rally and procession shall be allowed till 15th January 2022.
In meetings with the Election Commission, political parties have voted unanimously for elections to be held on time, even if the worst-case scenario was not being able to be there in person to ask for votes. In fact, elaborate blueprints to conduct virtual rallies are already in place. The Modi Shah election machine is already well-oiled to meet the challenge of maintaining visibility through the virtual mode. It has been put to test each time Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Home Minister Amit Shah, Party President JP Nadda or other seniors have had a political or administrative outing in the last 3 years, including most recently in Bengal. Starting from the very top down to its huge 14 lakh strong volunteer army on the ground, the BJP's virtual campaign involves laptops, handheld devices and officials down to the booth level, ensuring political messages reach far and wide. Each rally or event to be attended or addressed by the BJP leadership can go live from any remote location. All of the top BJP leaders already have dedicated technological hardware available at their home bases to go live. If Prime Minister Modi cannot address a rally in person, his virtual avatar can kick in at very short notice. With everything already in place, once his stream goes live on giant rally screens, it is rapidly signal boosted across the BJP's vast social media channels and resources, providing enormous reach digitally. A reach test conducted recently when the Prime Minister was in Varanasi to inaugurate the new Kashi Vishwanath corridor proved to be a stellar success, reaching crores through 4 key social media platforms. The Congress isn't as big as the BJP on social media, but has its own digital blueprint, allowing for virtual rallies by Rahul Gandhi and the leadership should the need arise. Earlier this week, the party carried out a mock drill to test its systems and found it to be successful. Most recently in Uttarakhand, the Congress's Teen Tigada Kaam Bigada achieved huge success.
ये सब चीजें यूनिफॉर्मली सभी पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज पर लागू होंगी। यहाँ बंगाल नहीं दोहराया जाएगा, क्योंकि बंगाल के अंदर जो रूलिंग पार्टी था दिल्ली में और जो शक्तिशाली लोग थे, उन्होंने सारे कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट को भी वायलेट किया और कोरोना प्रोटोकॉल को भी वायलेट किया।
And finally, challenger number 1 in UP, Akhilesh Yadav, has his own virtual plan too. A tech-savvy leader himself, his party has a large number of region, district and block-level WhatsApp groups used to telecast messages, video links and other campaign material. Recently, when Akhilesh Yadav undertook his Vikas Rath Yatra, thousands of social media handles operated by party volunteers went live, beaming his speeches and interactions with the public.
इलेक्शन कमीशन ने जो शर्तें रखी उनका शर्तों का पालन होगा। ये इलेक्शन कमीशन को सख्ती सरकार के लिए रखनी चाहिए, क्योंकि सरकार यहाँ पर मनमानी करेगी। पिछले चुनाव में भी मैंने देखा कि किसी भी नियम को इस सरकार ने नहीं माना।
Omicron has surely ensured that crowded rallies have been elbowed out for a new campaigning paradigm. With Rahul Srivastava in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.